Shippensburg coming off a disappointing loss to Westchester, taking on the number 3 Huskies. Early in the second quarter, Shippensburg up 3-0, but Franklin Quiete takes the ball to the right, untouched for an 18-yard touchdown run. That put Bloomsburg up 7-3 early in the second quarter. On the next drive, quarterback Zach Zulli rolls to the left and finds one of his friendly targets, Brian Barley, for a 23-yard catch to the Bloomsburg 32. One of the key highlights of the first half. Going into halftime, Shippensburg only down by 4. In the third quarter, Shippensburg able to get a 12-7 lead, but it's Pat Carey for Bloomsburg who finds his receiver Ryan Dickerson streaking down the field for a 54-yard touchdown pass to give the Huskies a 2-point lead. But the big momentum shifter happening early in the fourth quarter. What looked like a punt for Bloomsburg has Matt Cox taking it for a fake, rumbling down the field to the Shippensburg 12-yard line for 61 yards. A big play in this game, and 3 plays later, it would result in Carey hitting another wide receiver, Mike Marchione, number 82, the big man, in the back of the end zone from 6 yards out to add insurance to that lead as Bloomsburg went up by 9. Bloomsburg's offense still at full steam, and Mike Marchione has another grab for 35 yards out and another Bloomsburg touchdown. Ship went out a late score, but fall to the Huskies, 38-18. Zulli and the rest of the Red Raider football team look to finish their 3-game road trip by beating the Millersville Marauders last Thursday. Of course, Shippensburg couldn't escape the snowstorm as they took to the frozen tundra of Chris Field. Well, no doubt the weather was definitely frightful in Millersville last Saturday, but the Red Raiders looked to make it delightful as they took on the Millersville Marauders. Of course, shovels would definitely be a key to keep the field clean. The Red Raiders looking to get back to 500 in the PSAC East and get over 500, keeping any postseason chance alive. Early on in the first quarter, after blocking the kicker on Millersville, Mike Burnett takes it down the field as he dashes through the snow 71 yards into the end zone for the first Red Raider touchdown. They go up 7-0. The snow keeps falling and more people shoveling the field. It would be like that during the entire game. Later in the first quarter on the next Millerville drive, Dan Miller looking to throw, and he's intercepted by Brian Sorber, who's actually playing for the injured Vinny Renato, and he sets up the Red Raiders inside the Marauder red zone. Following the interception, Zach Zulli fakes the handoff to Mike Fournette, looks down the field, and he finds Jacob Baskerville in the back of the end zone for another Red Raider touchdown, and that makes the score 14-0 Shippensburg. Later in the first half, it was a day for the defense as Mark Hilliel-Smith, number 96, gets into the backfield, takes down Dan Miller. That would be one of 6 sacks by the Red Raider defense. Shippensburg would also have 18 tackles for a loss in this game. On the next Shippensburg drive later in the second quarter, it's Zach Zulli once again finding Kevin Harrod from 17 yards out for a touchdown. That would make the score 20-0. Newcomer would miss the PAT. Zulli had 3 touchdowns on the day. Later on, not once but twice, it's Kevin Harrod once again, this time taking it 3 yards in on a run, and that would make the score 27-0 Shippensburg. This football game was all Red Raiders, 40-0 your final. The Red Raider defense would only hold the Marauders to 62 total yards.
Start off with the Red Raider football team was back in action at Seth Grove Stadium following a 3-game road trip this past Saturday. A trip in which they won 2 of 3 and outscored their previous 2 opponents 89-20. So would it be another big day for the Shippensburg offense?
Shippensburg finally home to take on the East Stroudsburg Warriors. In the first quarter, Zach Zulli finds Tamer Harris from 7 yards out as Shippensburg goes up 7-0. Zulli setting the record for most touchdown passes in the regular season. Later in the first, Zach Zulli will take it himself on the quarterback draw to the left and is just able to get past the goal line, making it 17-0 Shippensburg. Zulli had 346 yards of total offense himself in this game. Meanwhile, backup quarterback Nate Daniels was hounded by the Shippensburg defense for the short time he was in the game as he gets hounded by Brian Sorber, who sacks him. And Daniels would be down and he would be done for the day. Ship continued to pound it offensively in the first half as Zach Zulli finds Brian Barley from 5 yards out. Shippensburg goes up 24-0. The Red Raiders would have 31 points in the first half alone. Rashawn McCain comes into the game, and he is in a stand-up run from 8 yards out, and that would be all. Shippensburg wins this game 44-14, 621 total yards of offense for the Red Raiders. Lindsey Barna caught up with Coach Mack to talk about the game.
I'm real proud of the defense. They came out ready to play today, and this is a pretty good offense we faced today. So I'm really proud of them. And again, our offense did a good job coming out, and we had some plays that were called back and scores, but I'll take this score any day. It's win number 6. It's a winning season, and I'm very proud of those kids.
The Red Raiders entering senior day looking to finish the season on a 4-game winning streak as they played host to the Mercyhurst Lakers. On the opening kickoff of the game, Mercyhurst, Trevor Kennedy returning the kickoff. He'll fumble the ball at the 22-yard line as it's forced by Sean Sadowski, and Rashawn McCain would make the recovery at the 30-yard line. But Shippensburg would be held to a field goal on that drive, but 3-0 Shippensburg to start the game. On the Lakers' first offensive drive, Vendemia is able to find Richie Sanders with the pass, and Sanders takes it in from 9 yards out as the Mercyhurst Lakers take a 6-3 lead. The PAT was missed. Later in the second quarter, game tied at 6. Zach Zulli taking a snap, takes a 5-step drop, and looks down the middle, and he finds Trevor Harmon in the end zone from 19 yards out. One of the more impressive catches we've seen by Harmon this season. Ship goes up 13-7. On the kickoff return, Trevor Kennedy, after fumbling the first opening kickoff, he will get past midfield and almost beats everybody on the Shippensburg kickoff team as he gets down to the Shippensburg 4-yard line, a 79-yard return, and that would set up a touchdown for Mercyhurst. From 2 yards out, Richie Sanders takes it in for a touchdown, making the game 13-13, and that is the way it would be going into the half. In the third quarter, after Shippensburg's defense held Mercyhurst to a field goal, Mike Fournette will take the ball on the run to the left, then to the middle, and then all the way to the other side of the field as he's able to avoid a tackler, and he is going to go all the way to the end zone, breaking the pylon for a touchdown, a 53-yard run, and that would give Shippensburg a 20-16 lead. It would be the big offensive plays that helped Shippensburg win this game against Mercyhurst. Later in the third, Zach Zulli, who's been able to find so many targets, finds Harmon down the middle of the field, and he will take it in for a 64-yard touchdown reception, giving Shippensburg an 11-point lead. The Red Raiders would add 2 more touchdowns and win the game 40-16. The Red Raiders have set the team record for most points. Lindsey Barna had a few words with the first-year winning coach.
It was your first season as a head coach of Shippensburg, and you finished with a winning season. How do you feel? You have to be proud of these guys.
I'm very proud of the players. Proud of the players, the band, and the fans. But this is, like I've said before, this is a group effort between the coaches, the players, the administration, the university in whole, the community. Everybody has a part in this, so everybody had a winning season this year.
With the win on Friday, the field hockey team was set to take on the top-ranked Bloomsburg Huskies on Saturday. Even though the game was moved to 10 a.m. by the PSAC to avoid the incoming storm, David C. Field was already snow-covered by early morning. Shippensburg would have to wait until Monday night to play the Huskies and look to stop Bloom from winning their 4th straight PSAC championship.
The field hockey team looked to knock Bloomsburg off and prevent them from winning their 4th straight PSAC championship. 16:20 remaining in the first half. The first goal of the game by Bloomsburg, Jacqueline Beasley, number 10, assisted by Jenna DiSabatino on a corner, made it 1-0 Bloomsburg. Not even a little over a minute later, another goal by Bloomsburg, this time Brittany Matthews on another corner with an assist from Jenna's sister, Cassie DiSabatino, making it 2-0 Bloom. But before halftime, on the final play, Shippensburg has a corner, and it's Katie Puffnock as she puts it in the goal right before halftime, making it 2-1 Bloomsburg. So the Red Raiders not out of it yet. In the second half, Bloomsburg's number 18, Amanda Riley, scores from an assist by number 13, Amanda Allenbach, making the score 3-1, and that's the way it would stay. A tough game for Shippensburg to lose. Bloomsburg played great defense, and the Huskies win their 4th straight PSAC title.